As the first rays of dawn pierced the smoky skies of Kurukshetra, the 12th day of the Great War began. Each side prepared for yet another bloody encounter. The Kauravas, led by the brilliant tactician Dronacharya, devised a bold plan to tilt the balance of the war. The strategy was simple yet audacious. The Samshuptakas, a fierce group of warriors led by Susharma, and the Tigarthas, vowed to either kill Arjuna or die trying. Their sole purpose was to lure Arjuna away from the battlefield, leaving Yudhishthira vulnerable. With Arjuna out of the way, Drona planned to capture Yudhishthira and secure a decisive victory for the Kauravas. The Pandavas, aware of this ploy, prepared for the challenge. Bhima and Drishtadyumna took charge of protecting Yudhishthira, while Arjuna, guided by Krishna, moved to confront the Samshuptakas in the southern sector. Let us understand the battle formations of it. The 12th day of the war began with meticulous planning on both sides. The Kauravas, led by Dronacharya, arranged their forces in the fearsome Garuda Vyuha, a formation shaped like the mighty eagle. This design symbolized strength and precision, with Drona stationed at the center, representing the eagle's heart. At the front, forming the sharp talons, were Karna and Ashwathama, poised to strike with devastating force. The wings, spread wide, consisted of Bhagadatta and his elephant divisions, supported by Jayadratha and Shakuni. Their purpose was to envelop and crush the Pandava defenses. At the rear, guarding the eagle's tail, were the reserves, ensuring stability and reinforcement if the front lines faltered. On the Pandava side, Yudhishthira and his generals devised a strategy to counter the eagle's precision with their Ardha Chandra Vyuha or crescent formation. This half moon structure allowed flexibility with the ability to curve inward or expand outward based on the enemy's attacks. At the tips of the crescent, forming the horns, were Bhima and Satyaki, ready to charge into the Kaurava wings and disrupt their flow. Drishtadyumna, the commander of the Pandava forces, held the center alongside Yudhishthira, providing a solid defense against any attempt to capture their leader. Arjuna, however, was stationed on the southern flank, tasked with facing the Samshaptakas. Before the battle began, the Samshaptakas gathered to take a solemn oath. Standing before sacred fires, they declared that they would either slay Arjuna or sacrifice their lives on the battlefield. Warriors like Susharma, Subau, Sudhanva, and their followers smeared themselves with clarified butter, donned kusha grass garments, and vowed to achieve glory or death. With their vows echoing across the battlefield, the Samshaptakas marched southward, their chariots and war cries shaking the earth. As Arjuna and Krishna approached the Samshaptakas, a fierce battle ensued. Susharma and his warriors attacked in a crescent-shaped formation, their arrows blotting out the sun. Arjuna countered with unparalleled skill. His Gandiva bow unleashed a torrent of arrows, severing chariot wheels, breaking shields, and felling warriors. Using the Tvastra weapon, Arjuna created illusions that confused the Samshaptakas, causing them to turn on each other in chaos. Warriors like Sudhanva and Subahu fell to Arjuna's wrath, their armies scattered like leaves in a storm. By the time the battle ended, the Samshaptakas lay broken, their oath unfulfilled. With Arjuna occupied, Dronacharya launched a relentless assault on the Pandava center, aiming to capture Yudhishthira. His Garuda Vyuha tore through Pandava ranks, leaving a trail of devastation. Drona's arrows found their mark with unerring precision, cutting down scores of Panchalas, Matsyas, and Kekayas. Satyajit, a powerful Pandava ally, stood against Drona but was slain in a brutal exchange. On another part of the battlefield, Bhima confronted the king of Anga, who charged toward him on a mighty elephant. The king's elephant, maddened by the sounds of war, trampled through the Pandava ranks. Bhima made the charge with ferocity, unleashing a barrage of arrows that struck the elephant's vulnerable spots. With a well placed arrow, Bhima pierced the elephant's forehead, bringing it crashing down. As the king of Anga fell, Bhima severed his head with a single stroke of his mace, sending shock waves through the Kaurava forces. Bhagadatta, mounted on his colossal elephant Supratika, was an unstoppable force. He crushed Pandava warriors beneath the elephanta's feet and used his bow to slaughter countless soldiers. The king of Dasharna attempted to stop Bhagadatta, charging at him on another elephant, but Bhagadatta's skill was unmatched. He struck the king of Dasharna with javelins, killing him and his elephant in a single move. Bhagadatta turned his attention to Arjuna, unleashing the dreaded Vaishnava weapon, a divine missile gifted to him by Vishnu. The weapon blazed through the air, unstoppable and deadly. Krishna, sensing the danger, intervened. Using his divine powers, he absorbed the weapon into his own being, protecting Arjuna from certain death. This act left the Pandava army in awe of Krishna's divine presence. Arjuna, enraged by Bhagadatta's assault, unleashed a storm of arrows. He targeted Supratika, Bhagadatta's elephant, and brought it down with precise strikes. As Bhagadatta fell from his mount, Arjuna pierced him with a volley of arrows, ending the life of one of the Kaurava's greatest warriors. Amidst the chaos, Arjuna encountered Vishaka and Achala, brothers of Shakuni. The two warriors attacked Arjuna with ferocity, but their skills were no match for the Pandava prince. Arjuna slew both brothers with swift and deadly arrows, scattering their forces. Ashwathama, Drona's son, targeted Nila, the valiant king of Mahishmati. Their duel was fierce, with both warriors displaying remarkable skill. But Ashwathama's mastery of weapons proved superior. He pierced Nila's heart with an arrow, ending the king's life and leaving the Pandavas mourning their loss. On the western flank, three of Karna's brothers, Chitrasena, Satyasena, and Dvipata, rushed to confront Arjuna. Fueled by hatred for their brother's enemy, they attacked with fury. Arjuna, calm and focused, countered their assault with devastating precision. Within moments, he had killed all three, leaving Karna grieving yet determined to avenge their deaths. The battle between Ghatotkacha and Alambusha raged on, a clash of magic and brute force. Ghatotkacha's illusions and supernatural attacks overwhelmed Alambusha, who struggled to keep up. The battlefield became a theatre of fire, wind, and darkness as the two Rakshasas clashed. In the end, Ghatotkacha's superior strength forced Alambusha to retreat, ensuring the Pandavas maintained their control over their flank. As the 12th day drew to a close, the battlefield was littered with the bodies of warriors, elephants, and horses. Both sides had suffered heavy losses. The Kauravas, though unable to capture Yudhishthira, had inflicted significant damage on Pandava forces. The Pandavas, however, found solace in Arjuna's victories over the Samshaptakas, Bhagadatta, and Karna's brothers. Krishna's intervention had once again proved decisive, saving Arjuna from a certain death. In the Kaurava camp, Duryodhana and Karna seethed with frustration while Drona prepared for another attempt to achieve his goal. In the Pandava camp, the warriors mourned their fallen comrades but resolved to fight on. And so, day 12 ended, leaving behind a battlefield drenched in blood and a war that showed no signs of abating. What new challenges will the next day bring? The epic of the Mahabharata continues.